Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is, well, the first part of a whole series of one box set, which is, this is part of the AM-T02 Predaking box set, which is, of course, Razorclaw, the leader. And you can see there, I'm not doing the box and stuff yet. I'll save that for the full combined video, because yeah, this is one of those things where I was trying to figure out how to handle this set as a whole, because it's a 5-member set in one box. It's a combiner. The last time I did a big set, it wound up being like about almost an hour and a half long, and this is a combining video, it means easily 2 hours. So yeah, I'm splitting it into videos. I want to see, that was kind of part of the whole thing with the rail racer recently. I was also trying to a little secret dry run for this sort of thing. So Razorclaw here, well, you can see he's packaged in lion mode, which looks kind of like a lion, I guess. You got a mane, it's very spiky and kind of metal looking. You got the lion head, you got nice good gold, it's got the red eyes and everything. Going down the body, of course, you got lots of yellows and kind of blacks and kind of gunmetals and golds and some, yeah, oranges and all that stuff. And, it's a bit like little bits of orange and silver right there on the leg. You got the, kind of very pale gold, like, I guess, was it rose gold? Yeah, rose gold, like claws and stuff. You got the yellow and black there. You got the gold right there and the orange right there. You got the chunky leg things and everything. All that stuff is right here, as it should be. Kind of a very interesting looking lion because of the nature of him. So yeah, this is lion mode, for better or for worse. And yeah, articulation is not as much as you'd like. I mean, the mouth can open, and you can see, again, there's a little bit of detail in there inside the mouth. You can hear the silver teeth and kind of a like red jewel looking thing, although I guess it's supposed to be the throat. That can actually open really far. That the feet or the legs here, you can move forward and back a little bit with it, kind of bangs into stuff pretty easily. You got rotation, you got these hinges right here, so if you want, you can kind of adjust how it's sitting a little bit. So I mean, you can get a little bit outward and stuff. You kind of have to finesse it, but you get all that stuff. So you got those joints. This joint right here is double jointed right there, and again, the rotation, all that stuff right here. This is you can see there's a hinge right here. It can go all the way down like this and all the way forward like that. And there's also a rotation point right here. As the back here, well, you can move these bits, but you're not really supposed to, and I'll show you why in a second. But right here, you can move these legs right here. Yeah, you can if you want, you can move these legs in tandem when everything's attached. So you can adjust how he sits a bit. I guess there is a rotation here. Again, though, the thing is, a lot of this articulation right here is not really usable when it's fully, when you have everything attached. You have this joint right here as well for a hinge. Yeah, and then right here you have this is a kind of ratchet joint right here as well for forward and back. And you do have a tilt right there as well. The articulation's not the amazing, but it's not terrible. I've seen worse, but I've seen better. And overall, his look is very interesting, just because it's a Predacon. It's a G1 Predacon, and it's definitely, they've always been a little weird, to say the least. But yeah, accessory-wise, I want to talk about the accessories a little bit, because one of them, of course, is this rifle right here, which you can see very nicely detailed, both in paint and sculpt right there. You can see those tabs, and basically there's 3 tabs here, and those will let you plug in back here. What you do, yeah, this tabs in back here, right, like this. That tabs in right there, and then these come together, and these tab over in. Let's try that again. Actually, it's easier if you tab it into the side right here, and then you bring it in, tab it in the back, and then tab one of the other leg in. That functionally becomes the tail, which is just kind of, a one-piece thing. So yeah, that's what I mean, because now all this jointing right here is now locked into place with the tail. Also be careful when you're removing this. You can see there's a seam line right here, and you can see it's not supposed to, you're not really supposed to be able to see through the gun, but I accidentally split the gun, so I kind of undid some of the glue, so I accidentally split the gun a bit when I was just trying to untab it. So be careful with that. Just basically, when you untab it, hold the gun in place when you untab one of the legs. Don't just pull the legs apart, because, oh yeah, I guess what, the gun will just split in half. Found that out the hard way. So a couple other things is there's these little like, I guess, gun bits right here, cannons right here. Right here, you also take these bits. There's another little gun bit right here. If you want to line it up properly, you see these little I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a little, like a tiny little tabs, nubs or whatever right here. You want to make sure to line it up in such a way that it looks like this, more or less. When it's looking like this, and this you can then just plug in to the side right here. There's a peg hole. You just plug it into the side of the leg, and there you go. That's one, and there's another one. So we'll get this all sorted out. Yeah. There's a second one, which is just a mirror of the first. And that can also just peg in that, and that's some armament right there. Just, you know, of course, then you could then do this, that, and also you can do that as well if you want. You have a couple options there if you want to change how it looks. Just gonna leave that plugged in for now. And of course, the couple more accessories you can store are these bits. Basically, the two swords which come with Predaking. You can see very different designs. One's got more of this weird, just very wicked looking, just curved blade and everything. Nice gold, kind of gold hilt with a little purple jewel and everything. And this one, which is more of a kind of more of a general broadsword with a nice looking like red bit down the line, and again, kind of a goldish color with a little red jewel. And these can go on there with, well, via the, well, combiner hands. See, you know, the two combiner hands are used for storage. What you do here is, let me see, I'm trying to remember the, yeah, for the storage, what you want to do, you take these and you basically, you put the, yeah, use the, basically the combiner stuff, you put the sword into the hand, just tab it in like you would in eventually the combined mode, and wrap the fingers around it, you know, all that stuff, just wrap it in secure. And then here you use these tabs, these tab slots right here on this bit, and you just tab in, you see these bits, you just tab that in like that. And you see the same thing with the other hand as well. Just trying to make sure to orient it properly because I want it to line up. Yeah, you do the same thing with both hands and swords. And just tab that in. And you can adjust how the hands sit a little bit using the hand joints, because you're going to have to, because yeah, this thing kind of bangs and everything. But yeah, with that, you can basically store those weapons on him. Again, I'll be going through, that's not all the accessories that come with Predaking, the Predaking set, but these are the ones that work with Razorclaw here. And that's pretty much what you do. It looks a little weird because it's pretty obviously hands sticking out, but it works, and you can adjust them how they sit a little bit. But, you know, I wish it was a little bit cleaner, but honestly, it's not terrible. I have seen worse. But generally, that's the thing is, yeah, it's actually overall pretty neat looking, somewhat neat looking, but let's just say Razorclaw here has definitely suffered a bit for the combined mode, and you'll see more of that in the robot mode. But yeah, in this mode though, getting some measurement stuff, his length is 7.5, not including the accessories, mind you. His length is 7.5 inches or 19 centimeters. And his weight is roughly 9.7 ounces or 276 grams. So he's actually pretty hefty. He's actually got a bit of he's not only fairly large, but he's got a bit of die cast on him too. Yeah, real quick though, some comparisons. Just basically, I'm going to compare it to some other Razorclaws I have. Namely, here's the Power of the Primes version. Remember that? Yeah, Power of the Primes Razorclaw, who's definitely bigger, but also way simpler. And although weirdly enough, I would almost say the line mode is generally better. Almost, well, some of it's better proportion, some of it's not. But yeah, it's just kind of odd how much, man, picking this guy up and kind of make, they're both almost as simple as each other. And because I was kind of sort of shocked about scale stuff, here's Kang Toys Razorclaw. What was it? King Mini? Yeah. Kang Toys Razorclaw. Let's give you an idea. That's, you can see they're not actually that far apart in size, although yeah, definitely the new AM-T version is definitely Adamas Machina version. I think I forgot to say that in the beginning. Yeah, it's definitely a bit bigger. So there's that. And I'll do other comparisons and stuff in basically with the whole team in the combined mode video, just to get all that kind of done in one go. So to get him transformed, well, first of course you got to take these swords off. We'll put those off to the side for now. Leave the swords in the hands too, by the way. It'll make things a little bit easier. Just leave that put off for now. Take these and fold them off this. Put them off to the side as well, and then from here, what you want to do is again take the tail. To take the tail out, you want to go ahead and hold that and make sure to untab one leg first, then untab that from the rest of it, and then again put that to the side. And then with right here, you want to straighten out the legs like that. Just straighten those out. Then fold out the toes here like that. Then right here, you want to take this. There's a little bit right here. You want to untab that and then slide this down and then tab it back in like that to adjust how the leg looks. And same thing on this side. Untab this side, slide it down, and then tab it in to adjust how the leg looks. There, and that's one part done. Now up here, what you want to do, go ahead and take the lion head here and untab this, and that brings up this right here. Move this out of the way a bit as well. Rotate this around, make sure to get this all the way out of the way. Rotate this around and bring it down like this. They'll click into place like that. And go ahead and bring the front paws up and bring them forward like so. Bring it up and bring them forward like that. Then finish collapsing this part of the mane all the way down. There's tabs right here, which will go into little slots up in the mane right there like that. Make sure it's tabs on both sides. You can bring the head out right here. Razorclaw head, anyway. If I can get it out. You usually don't have much trouble. There you go. Yeah. Bring that up. Then right here, you can see there's multiple joints in the shoulder. You want to go ahead and I personally bring it all the way up. The instructions show it like out like this, but I prefer it up like this. And you can rotate the arm like this. Bring this down right here, and then rotate the hand like that. And then same thing. Again, I bring it all the way up on this hinge just because I think it looks a little bit better. Bring that down like this, and then click the hand, fold the hand down, and then rotate it around like this. And with that, you have Razorclaw in his robot mode. And yeah, Razorclaw here is, well, yeah, this is where we kind of see where more of the compromises come for the combined mode. Because yeah, he's got kind of weirdly skinny arms and like huge, chunky legs and everything. He's not terrible looking, but he's definitely disproportionate. I mean, if you could feel like, yeah, he's got this tiny head compared to this really chunky body, and it just kind of winds up looking a little odd. I mean, there's some cool bits about it. Again, he still has the whole like thing with this. I mean, you can do that if you want. I prefer to leave it closed for the robot mode. And his head has some cool bits to it. You can see that right there, but yeah, it's just kind of like he's definitely got some oddities. And again, the compromises you can tell are very much for the combined mode, which is was definitely the top priority of this whole set. So yeah, he definitely is a bit compromised. He's also really out of scale with the others. Well, again, we'll see that in the combined mode. He is definitely the largest by far of all the Predakons in this set. Yeah, other than that, he just kind of is disproportionate, but kind of endearingly so. So, yeah, there you go on that. As for articulation, his head, ball joints to the left and right, you got up and down, wiggle, wiggle and waggle right there. Of course, the platform can also help him look up even further. His shoulders can do a full 360 right there, and then you have outward right here. You also have this joint right there, plus you can adjust that hinge as well for a lot of stuff. So there's that as well. As that goes, you have bicep swivels right there. You do have a double jointed elbow, because this is pretty much all the same articulation as on the line mode. And right here you do have a wrist swivel, plus you have this hinge if you ever need it for whatever reason. Down here at the waist you do have, well, no waist swivel because, well, it's there, but you can't use it in this mode because of how everything works. So unfortunately, yeah, so there is no waist swivel. So yeah, yep, there is nothing there. Hips though, you can get these hip skirts out of the way. This one's too. These ones are very interesting. This one you kind of get out of the way. This one you kind of have to bring this whole block out of kind of the way a little bit. But here you do have ratchet forward. Gee, I wonder why that ratchets. Ratchet back about that far. Outward you do have just friction. That's another problem. Yeah, these things are do not tight, go in super tight. You do have pretty much the full splits. You have a thigh swivel right there. You do have, again, knee bends, which unfortunately, again, yeah, this is the big thing. It's just these things slide down for the sake of the robot mode here, but they don't lock in securely. It does not take, yeah, it takes almost no effort to just do that. So yeah, that's the thing. If you leave it like that, boy, does that look bad. That looks bad on him. So that is supposed to slide down for this mode, but yeah, just they don't stay in place. They don't lock in super secure. These tabs are either too shallow or this something. Yeah, that's not a particularly deep thing. That should have been locked in tighter. You can see it just kind of wiggling around too. It should have been actually. I feel like this should have had a locking mechanism on both sides. It should have been both sides do this, but whatever. Right here at the foot, of course, you do have forward and back right there. Again, it's ratchet, and you have quite the ankle tilt. So yeah, he's got posability, and also these right here, you can see he's can also move forward and back as well. So you can adjust the, I guess, look a little bit, kind of more of a, I guess, maybe samurai look. But yeah, there is that. As for accessories, again, of course, the rifle here, you can see this just goes in his hands, a slot. It's not a 5mm peg or anything. It's just a slot. It's a pretty secure hold, though. That's nice. And these cannons right here, what you do is you can take these pegs right here and fold these out like that. And then on the back of his shoulders, you peg these in like that. So you peg them in like that. And of course, again, like that. And you can also swivel these out or whatever as well. And the swords, these, of course, you can just, what you do with these, you just rotate this bit right here and just tab it in like that. And same thing, just rotate and tab in. Although you might have to adjust how the hand's sitting a little bit. Might have to sit a little inward because of the little scabbards on those. Well, not scabbards, the hilt. Wrong sword terminology. So there's that. And he doesn't look too bad with all this stuff. When he has the cannons and stuff, it does make him look actually a little bit better. But still not great. It's almost like, what's the phrase? Lipstick on a pig. But his height in this mode up to the top of his head is about 7¼ inches or 18.4 centimeters. So, you know, he's still a big guy. And just to give you an idea on that with comparison stuff, again, I'm only going to be comparing to other Predacons for now. Here's Power of the Prime's Razorclaw, who they're close to the same height. Although, again, really, no, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Power of the Prime's Razorclaw looks better than this one. Just generally proportion-wise, anyway. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's the case. He just generally looks better proportionally. You know, he just looks better proportionally. This guy kind of looks like he's wearing a diaper. And yeah, here's the Kang Toys King Mini. Yeah, that's, you can see, oh yeah, there's definitely a size discrepancy there. There's a reason for that, and yeah, mostly because he has there's a whole 6th member there being the pants, and he's, well, the entire thing. So there's that. I'm not going to get into the combined mode stuff here. Again, I'm going to save that for the final combined mode video just to make that, I guess, more substantial. But yeah, Razorclaw himself, by himself, which I don't know, again, I'm doing this because I don't want a 2-hour plus video or one thing, but Razorclaw by himself he's okay. He's definitely, I feel of all the Predacons, he definitely suffered the most for the sake of the combined mode. He's got a weird thing. He kind of looks like he's wearing a diaper. His proportions all over the place. His transformation is very simple, which is kind of nice. He looks paint-wise and sculpting-wise. He's got a lot going on there. And there's pretty much that. It's got some cool things going on, but he's just let down by some weird proportions, including just what looks like kind of a tiny head. Tiny head, tiny skinny arms, huge legs, and yeah, he just kind of is a bit of a disappointment in that regard. So, So he's definitely compromised for the sake of combined mode, but, you know, it's one of those things that's worth it. We'll find out, won't we? So that's kind of it for Razorclaw. He's very compromised. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe, check out my social medias, check out my Coffee Mug Patreon. I shall see you next time in another video review.